Hi, everyone. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today, you're going to write a retell of the story Dex, the Heart of a Hero. And this is from Second Grade Journeys, Lesson 20. So for this lesson, you will need a piece of paper and a pencil because at the end of our review, you're going to challenge yourself and answer this question. What happens in the story? Write a retell. And you're going to use the colors green, yellow, and red, just like you see in a stoplight. Start or beginning of the story, you'll say first, then we'll slow down and move to the middle, then later, and then we're going to go to the end or finish the story by beginning with last. You're going to say it and then write it. So here's our learning target. I can write a retell of the story Dex, the Heart of a Hero, using complete sentences. So success criteria. That means how will you know you're successful at writing a retell of the story? Well, here are your steps to success. We're going to do it one step at a time, and by the end, you will have written a retell of the story. I will. Number one, say and match the characters and settings. We're going to review who is in the story and where the story took place. Number two, I will say and match the lesson or moral of the story. What did the characters learn? And you're going to say, and then I will. Number three, put the retelling pictures in the correct sequence. We're going to do that together. And then four, you're going to say, match, and write the sentences to each picture, saying what happened first, later, next, and last. And then finally, you're going to check your writing using my writing checklist. All right. So Dex, the Heart of the Hero, is either fantasy or reality. And here's what we know about fantasy. Fantasy, things that cannot happen, like an alligator making a sandcastle. And reality means things that can happen. So the genre or type of literature of Dex, the Heart of a Hero, is fantasy. So here's some of our fantasy stories noticings. It's a make-believe story. There are magical places, magical things happen. Animals might act like humans, so Dex definitely acts like a human. Animals might wear clothes. Dex wears clothes. He wears a superhero costume. There might be monsters, aliens, or dinosaurs. Animals might be extinct in real life. There can be events that can't happen, and the story might be funny. So definitely Dex, the Heart of a Hero, fits much of that criteria, and it is a funny story. So let's review characters. Characters are the people, animals, or objects in a story. Setting. Setting is where the story takes place. Where does the story take place? Sequence. What is sequence? Sequence is the order things happen in a story. And you're going to write and say these words first, next, and last, or beginning, middle, and end. So let's orally retell the story. Say it out loud first before we write it. Retell of Dex, the Heart of a Hero. The main characters are, who are the main or most important characters in this story, Dex, the Heart of a Hero? The main characters are, the main characters are Dexter or Dex and Clevis. The setting is, so where does the story mostly take place? The setting is a city. The setting is a city. So the main characters are Dex and Clevis. The setting is a city. So now I'm going to put the pictures in the correct sequence or order in which they happened. First, then, later, last. So what happened first in the story? First, Dex was, who was Dex? First, Dex was, well, first, Dex was a little dog shaped like a sausage that was overlooked by others. Clevis, the cat, made fun of him. So, first, Dex was a little dog shaped like a sausage that was overlooked by others. Clevis the cat made fun of him. Then what happened? Then Dex wanted to be a hero, so he studied and did a lot of Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't let you say it. So I'm going to go back. What did Dex want? Then Dex wanted then Dex wanted to be a hero, so he studied and did a lot of exercise. Later, he got a red hero suit with a green cape. Later, Dex sprang into action, and what did he do? Well, Dex the hero sprang into action and helped others. Everyone called him Super Dog. And last, what happened last? Clevis got, Clevis got stuck in a tree. Dex sprang into action again and rescued him. Clevis asked to be a hero and partner with him. So in the end, Clevis and Dex learned to and blank and be friends. What did they learn? They learned to trust each other and be friends, even though they were so different at the beginning of the story. All right, so now it's done. We're done with our review. It's time to challenge yourself. Get your pencil and paper. And you're going to answer this question. What happens in the story? Write a retell. We're going to use our green, yellow, and red stoplight colors. The beginning or start of the story first. Then we're going to slow down and go to the middle of the story. Then, and slow down again later. And then go to the end of the story, the finish line, last. Okay? So I'm just going to remind you to say each sentence out loud before you write it. And so also remember these things when you're writing. We always use my writing checklist, use finger spaces between each of your words, use punctuation, put a period or exclamation mark at the end of each sentence, use uppercase letters at the beginning of a sentence, and sound out words you don't already know how to spell. Write the sounds you hear. And my favorite, reread each of my sentences so that you know they make sense and you didn't leave out a word or put too many words in there. All right, so it is your turn to answer the question, what happens in the story, write or retell? We always start at the start or the beginning. First, Clevis the cat made fun of. So say the sentence out loud and finish it. Oops, sorry. And then when you're done saying the sentence, push pause and write it. First, Clevis the cat made fun of. So say your sentence and then push pause and write your sentence. When you're done writing your sentence, push play. All right, when you're done with your green sentence, we slow down and we say what happened in the middle of the story. Then Dex wanted to be. Then Dex wanted to be. So say your sentence, push pause, write your sentence, push play. Then we're going to slow down again. Later, Dex helped. Later, Dex helped. And now we're at the end of our story or the finish line. Last, Clevis got stuck. Last, Clevis got stuck. So say your sentence, push pause, write your sentence, and then push play. All right, it's time to check your work. Remember this writing checklist? I want you to read each of your sentences and make sure they have all of these things. Look at your writing checklist. Did you use finger spaces for each of your 4 or more sentences between each of your words? Did you use punctuation? Did you put periods or an exclamation mark at the end of each of your sentences? Did you use uppercase letters at the beginning of each of your sentences? Did you sound out unknown words and write the sounds you hear for words you don't already know how to spell? And then my favorite, go back and reread each of my sentences. Make sure they make sense. If you added too many words, take a word or two out. Or if you left out a word, make sure you add it then. So this is a good time to push pause and check all of your sentences with the writing checklist. All right, at the top of your paper, I want you to write a reflection on how well you hit the learning target. Today's learning target was, I can write a retell of the story, Dex, the Heart of a Hero, using complete sentences. Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I wrote 4 complete sentences. I used my writing checklist. If you did all of those things, give yourself a 4. Write it at the top. Or would you give yourself a 3? I could help others with this. I wrote 3 to 4 sentences. I used my writing checklist most of the time. Or if so, give yourself a 3. Or would you give yourself a 2? A 2 means I needed help with this. I needed some help with this. I wrote 2 complete sentences and I sometimes used the writing checklist. Or would you give yourself a 1? I needed a lot of help with this. I wrote 1 sentence and I did not use my writing checklist. So how do you think you did? 4, 3, 2, or 1? Write it at the top. And then you can check your work with mine. What happens in the story? Write a retell. So we always start at the beginning or the start. First, Clevis the cat made fun of Dex because he was shaped like a sausage. So first, Clevis the cat made fun of Dex because he was shaped like a sausage. Now we're going to go to the middle of the story. Then Dex wanted to be a hero, so he studied and did a lot of exercise. He also got a hero suit. We're going to slow down again until retell the middle. Later, Dex helped. Dex helped others, and everyone called him Super Dog. Now we're at the end or the finish line. Last, Clevis got stuck. Last, Clevis got stuck in a tree and Dex rescued him. Next, Clevis acts to be a hero and partner with him. All right, everyone, thank you for writing with me. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. Have a great day.